Old Ken couldn't find out about the comfrey, and now even the most hidden comfrey stock in the black market is gone. He thinks it's not good, so Changji decides to stay in Mobai first. No matter what, she must bring the comfrey back. Eagle Division. On the other side, the little girl in the inn was caught out of the inn by the shopkeeper for not paying the money. She met her uncle, but was unwilling to follow her uncle, but tried to escape from his uncle's hands instead. By chance, she met Ching and Mimi on the street. Ching was unwilling to entangle with this person, but she saw that Ching was unwilling to involve the officers and soldiers. She took Ching's hand and shouted that Ching was held hostage. Changji was helpless, so she had to stun the person first and bring her back to her footing. When the girl woke up, she woke up wondering who Li Ching was. Li Ching had always avoided the officers and soldiers. She thought that Li Ching must not be a good person. Li Ching tried this girl, and the girl was full of nonsense. Ching didn't intend to let this person go, just let this person stay alive, otherwise she would throw this person out to feed the wolf. After that, Changji left the room. She sent someone to guard the girl at the door, but the girl was eccentric and only secretly broke free of the rope. She wanted to slip away, but overheard the conversation between Mimi and Changji. The girl came out to talk with the two. It turned out that she was from Manan, named Zenzu. She sneaked into Mobai to watch the winter festival, while the people on the street were sent by her father to catch her. After Pearl had eaten and drank enough, Changji asked about the comfrey in the desert. Now Mobai has banned the sale of comfrey, but Pearl has thought of a trick. Although Mobai bans the sale of comfrey, it can't help the begging for cold festival, the god of exorcism. By then everyone will throw comfrey on the god of plague. This is the only way for them to get comfrey. On the Gun festival, Ching and his party pretended to be a plague god, and they accepted the ritual of the plague god from the crowd. They won the voice of the people and got enough comfrey. Although Ching and his party got comfrey, it was enough to provoke the original plague god Mobai King. They prepared to check the details of Ching and his party. Ching and his party were about to set off, but they were stopped by King Mobai. King Mobai summoned Ching and his party. He had found that there were a lot of comfrey on the carriage of Ching, so he wanted to know the reason why Ching stocked comfrey. Ching concealed the real reason, only saying that she was hoarding comfrey because she wanted the middlemen to make a high price difference. King Mobai did not doubt about others, but did not intend to play Ching easily. He knew that Pearl was from Manan, so they were taken directly into prison, and when the people in Manan reported the letter and returned, he would go out again. Ching and his party were taken to prison. From Pearl's mouth, she learned that Mobai and Manan are rivals. Although Mobai is under the control of the Ashile tribe, she has always been ashamed. Knowing that the Ashile tribe was not on good terms with Mobai, Ching was anxious to see King Mobai. She wanted to negotiate a deal with King Mobai, but the people in prison did not take Ching's words to heart. The news that Ching was detained in the desert reached Yaikang. Yaikang asked Lei Ming to keep an eye on Ching. At the same time, she asked Lei Ming to bring the wives and daughters of King Mobai and King Manan to control it. The second king, now she has started to draft 10,000 soldiers in Mobai and Manan, which will be directly used by her. In order to beware of the long song, Yi Ching not only sent people to remind Mimi, so that Mimi remembered her mission, but also sent a face to Mobai. She wanted to control the movements of the Eagle Master in Mobai. King Manan came to Mobai to return the pearl, but the two of them had a bad temper and almost went into a fight. Now that the pearl is in the hands of King Mobai threatened King Manan with a cavalry. To save the pearl, King Manan had to decide to exchange the pearl with a cavalry. Pearl returned to King Manan's side. She did not forget the long song in prison. She only pleaded with King Manan to save the long song. King North Manan was unwilling to save strangers, but when she heard that the long song took comfrey for to save people, I couldn't help but stop, wanting to see a long song. Ching was summoned, and before Ching entered the hall, she saw the envoy of the royal court outside the hall. The emissary of the king court came for two things. One was to let the two sides recruit another 10,000 soldiers and be incorporated into the defenders of Dangxiang City. The other was to let the wives and daughters of the two kings go to Yashang. There is no girl, but Wang Ting didn't even let Mobai King's Anna. The words were brought, and the messenger was about to leave. He saw Chink at the door. Although he did not know Chink, he had seen the portrait of Chink, and his eyes were more attentive when he looked at Chink. Chink had seen the eyes of the messenger. She concluded that this person was unkind, so she hurriedly revealed her identity to the kings of Mobai and Manan. She is the eagle's military commander, and she came here to catch the disease for the eagle. People ask for comfrey, and if the person left just now, none of them will have a good life. Now Wang Ting has given up the eagle master, and Mobai Manan should form an alliance with the eagle master.